everyone, this is my Patreon-powered reaction to the 20th episode of Uchuu Kyoudai, or Space Brothers. So, last episode, we're definitely starting to wrap up this whole exam here. We're starting to discuss what we're going to do about choosing our two people in our A group. We made lots of flashbacks too, which is cool. But mostly it's about wrapping this up, and hopefully things end well for people that deserve them to end well for them. That sentence was not a good sentence. Okay, let's just get into it and forget that just happened. 3, 2, 1, play. I guess the 8th is the day. They have something, of course. Was there something special today? I don't know. Did it involve our son, perhaps? Don't talk with a mouthful. That's rude. Yes, Hoshi Star. Whatever language you want to say it in. Yeah, it sounds legit. Udon, you say? Not a bad choice. Because they also did that last episode. It probably wasn't important. Don't worry about it. It's all good. My cat is currently on my lap, so if I look down like this, that's probably what I'm looking at. He'll eventually get off my lap and you'll see him walk over to the bed at some point, most likely. That's generally how it goes. But yeah, I did not expect to start out with the parents. That was interesting. Kitty, 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 kitty. Gotta love our panda masks. And then we get to the dancing. The best part. Well, not the best part of the dance. The best part of the dancing is, this one. Although this part's good too. Here's the floating. And that part's funny as well. It really made me jump the first time I saw it. It just went right for me. The worst possible punishment. That's... Man. Wonder what that's referring to. Well, that's good. I'm not surprised. Quinoa. Nice idea. Much fun was had. Well, I'll cheer for you, sir. You gotta do your best. You're the best at what you do. See, I told you. I know my cat. Namba Fukuda me. Oof. A note. Professor. Well, that's good. Never give up on your dreams. Huh. A complex. Okay. Clearly that was important to him. You know, I was already a little bit hungry before. Not helping. There's nothing wrong with having it a little bit thick. Thick is good. No, you're just thick enough, Sarika. Eat a duck, I must. I bet. And I don't get a share, do I? I usually don't. Anime characters don't like sharing with the viewers, unfortunately. Wow, it took me a second to realize what he was getting at with that. Yeah, kinda need gravity for the stomping to work, you know, generally. Is it over? Oh, final task? Oh, we can do that. Great. Oh, anything. Well, that's nice, but... Sarika. You can do anything, and this is what you want to do. Running math. That's the question. But that's not true, of course. And of course, how badly you want it isn't the only factor that matters. It's your last chance. Do your best, Muta. Besides, when it comes to thick, you know, Muta's eyebrows knows what's up. The treadmill's oddly mesmerizing. Oh yeah, this thing. I remember this. Well, not her doing it, but... Oh, that's what it was. No wonder we forgot. It wasn't anything important. Oh wow, those are big numbers. Oh wow, Muta, you've gotten better. Yeah, I don't know what he did, but that's definitely better. Wow. I would know. I wouldn't be able to do those that fast. Not even close. Multiplying two double-digit numbers in my head, not that quickly, no. Give this man a head pat or a hug or something, because he deserves it. Those were not easy problems. Not some of them, at least. Oh, a stupid book. Did that help with the math or something? I don't see how, but I don't know. I want to hear some of those jokes. Okay. Got that respect, you know, last day, but at least we got it. Madigan joke. Well, no kidding. Is this you attempting an apology, or... Book puzzle, perhaps? No. Right, yeah, we had that incident, yeah. Good job, Tomi-kun. I'm gonna cut that thing. Tangible metrics are nice. Myself. Not gonna finish that. Okay, I guess we're cleaning. I mean, that's good to do if you've been living in it for a while, but we do need to kind of focus on picking people if we haven't done so yet. I mean, I always call you by your given name. uh, yeah, I think we saw that scene before. Well, that scene we obviously saw before. Grab that hand. Muta just getting all sorts of respect throughout this experience. Yeah, back when it had an effect on them. I miss seeing Surika's reactions to that. That's where he cheated by using his, like, fists to make it easier. This is an advanced bet. Oh yeah, that was silly. And then it was sad later on. It just looks painful. The boots, you cleaning yourself in the background is very distracting. Okay. It's time to really get down to this. Watching the camera. That spies on you constantly. It's a very nice sync. Thank you for showing it to me. But we just cleaned that. Probably. I really should have thought about this more before today, to be honest. That was not good. Gotta just fix my microphone now. Mistakes were made there. Ugh. Well, I mean, I don't really know how to help with this. Yeah, she did have a good reason, to be sure. Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, that's kind of hard to ignore. We're trying to have an objective discussion. Well, yeah, that's the obvious thing. Well, yeah. But yeah, it's true. Okay, he realized the flaws in that pretty quickly. Necessary sacrifice. We could, but is that a good method? I don't think it is. Yeah, don't worry about what's right. Doesn't matter. That's how you're shrunk suit, yeah. Lower? Uh, oh, your heart. Okay. I get it. I was confused for a minute. Because I usually do think with a part of me that's lower than my head, but not that one. So basically, she's let's say let your feelings decide, not your logic, I guess is what she's trying to say there. Wow. Okay. I mean, what better way to decide something, really? John, Ken, come on. Yes, it's a universal method of decision making. Okay. That's a big deal for him is the cheating or lack thereof ability. Yeah. It's not as if the people you choose are gonna be chosen for sure. It does seem like a lot to wager on a game of luck mostly. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, I get where you're coming from. That'd bother me too if I did that. Bother me a lot. Oh. Well. Uh, uh, I'm curious. That's a good point. He did say that. Weirdos. Okay. I like that Sarika's a scissors. I appreciate that. That's oddly deep. So, rock, paper, scissors it is. Kokai, 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 yes, that's how it's gonna be, I guess. In that case, it's kind of hard to predict who will win. Always do rock. Always do rock. Well, there was another girl on there, then Sarika could use scissors against another girl. That'd be great. And that echo. The most dramatic and wow, cliffhanger. The most dramatic and intense game of rock paper scissors ever. Although no game in your life had a good game of rock paper scissors as well. I should have known they would cliffhanger us. I don't know why I didn't see that coming. Can't quite reach the cat. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. No, I can't reach you. Okay. Okay. That was the 20th episode of Space Brothers. Yeah, this episode. We had a little bit of a bit with the parents being like, huh, I think something was supposed to be important supposed to happen on that day. And I don't remember what it was, A little bit, oh yeah, our son's coming home, right? Yeah, I guess that's something to look forward to. That was kind of funny. But yeah, the episode, everyone just kind of took a breather to hang out, clean up a bit, and then had to decide who they were gonna have be the chosen ones. And there was a lot of discussion about that. Different ideas. Some people wanted to do a vote. Nito didn't like that idea at all. He just because he could see the way that you could cheat the system, and he's not wrong. You could definitely do that. It's a flawed system, of course, but there's not really a perfect system to do it. There's always going to be complaints. Rock paper scissors is still heavily a luck element, which is definitely a bit of a problem. If you want it to be meritocracy and all that, then rock paper scissors wouldn't help with that at all. But they don't seem to be all that interested in trying to debate who deserves it and who doesn't. That doesn't seem to be what they're up for. So after a lot of discussion, we decided we would just rock, paper, scissors it, which Furia was the one that took issue with that, which is funny because, as Muta mentioned later on, he was the one that suggested rock, paper, scissors for something else and called it the fairest method, so a little bit contradicted himself there. But, the difference is, of course, this is a much more important decision, something that could affect the rest of your life. Like, I couldn't even imagine having something that important decided by just like a game of chance, you know. I know there's technically a psychological element to rock, paper, scissors, but it's still mostly a game of chance unless you're at like the highest level of it, you know, metagaming each other. It's still mostly a game of luck. So, like, could you imagine like rock, paper, scissors decide like who gets a house or whatever, you know? That winning that game could be the difference between living in an apartment for the rest of your life or having a nice 4-bedroom house for you and your family. Like that's some pretty intense stuff. It's about on that level, this whole astronaut thing. So yeah, big decision to be sure. And Furia, he was apparently taking notes with everyone. I mean, we may have seen hints of that at some point. I don't actually remember too well, but yeah, clearly he's been taking notes to try to see who should be voted for, which I respect that, you know, definitely trying to make sure who deserves it gets it, you know, and putting that above his own self-interest basically. So yeah, I can really respect that from Furia. That's pretty cool of him. And I can definitely see why somebody that did that would take issue with a method like that to decide. So yeah, that was definitely something. And meanwhile in Group B, we had a sort of apology from what's his face to Kenji. You know, it's not really an apology, but I'll take it as one. You know, to make me hate the guy a little bit less. But yeah, you know, they're doing their best on their end to figure it out, but they already have a system in place, so that's less of an issue than with Group A, which they had kind of like figure something out the last 2 hours of. Which I do think they should have thought about this and discussed this a bit more before the final day, really. But you know, they're at where they're at, and they came up with a method that they're all okay with, and that's fine. I did like the line from Muta about how we're like rock paper scissors, and then like these guys are rocks, you know, these guys are scissors, and I'm paper. And yeah, that's interesting because rock paper scissors is a game where nothing's better than anything else. Well, nothing's better than everything else. Everything is strong and weak against something else. So I think the meaning of behind that sentence was basically saying that none of us are really like the best and deserve this. Like objectively, we're all kind of have our own reasons and our own pros and cons, merits, demerits for that choice, you know. So instead of trying to act like there is one correct choice, you know, let's just roll the dice of the game, basically, you know. If we're all rock, paper, and scissors, let's do that together, you know. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting way to take care of it. You know, I personally probably wouldn't choose a method like that, but I can see the logic and what they're trying to say here, and I enjoy the decision. It's interesting. I'm definitely curious who the two people Furia had in mind were. Like, if I had to venture a guess, you know, he probably would have picked Fukuda and Sarika. I don't know, just throwing it out there. But I don't think anyone would have voted for Nita, really. And also, like, the episode highlighted all the little Muta moments, you know, where he was trying to make progress with each other person, you know. The thing with Fukuda, which was the whole "why did you break the clock" thing. The thing with Sarika is like, "Hey, I want to refer to you by your given name?" It's like, "Yeah, sure, you can do that. I like my name." And then you had, I mean, he had his arm upside down thing with Furia. Like he had stuff with everyone, so I like how it showed all that. We even showed our funny faces thing we did back in the day. But yeah, you know, not really a lot to say about the episode beyond that. I already talked more about the episode than I thought I would. But yeah, definitely left us on a cliffhanger. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins. Of course, I'm still rooting for Muta and Surika because those are the characters I find the most interesting and would like to see more of them, really. But, you know, I do like everyone in Group A. They're all pretty cool in their own way. Anita's probably my least favorite just because he didn't get a lot of screen time and plot relevance compared to some of the other characters. Plus, he just didn't seem that interesting, to be honest. Furia obviously rubbed me the wrong way at first, but, you know, once you just kind of get used to his blunt nature, his, you know, straightforward personality, and realize that he's not really a bad guy or anything, you know. I liked him a lot more than I did at the beginning, to be sure. Like, as far as progress goes, my opinion on him progressed more than anyone else, if that makes sense. And of course, you know, Fukuda, you can definitely sympathize with him, with his struggles and stuff. So, yeah, Nita's at the bottom, but I do like everyone there. So, as opposed to Group B, I already talked about that plenty. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing who wins the next episode, and it'll be interesting to see that. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.